Hey, this is McGraths, and today in this video, I'd like to talk to you about 3 big myths about reaching your biggest dream. These are things that when I hear, I just kind of cringe. It doesn't really align with my philosophy. I believe they're myths, and so I wanted to share them with you, share my perspective on them. So let's walk through these myths. The first one is you need to burn the boats. And people say this, when people say this, what they really mean is you need to just fully commit, give yourself no path to go back again. And while that shows a lot of bravado, who really in their right mind would burn a perfectly good boat? What if the shore that you land on, isn't where you need to go? What if there's something unexpected there? What if it's the wrong shore? Right? Burning the boat does not leave you any flexibility. Sometimes that's what it requires. Get back in the boat and retreat and then figure out where you need to go. So I really don't believe in burning the boats. I think it's a really good way to get potentially very, very wet and maybe even drowned. The second myth is you need to follow your passion. You hear that all the time. You need to follow your passion. Passion's great. I have a lot of passion about rock climbing and my teaching, but following your passion isn't always the right answer. What if at this moment in time, following your passion won't support you, right? You have bills, you got to live somewhere, you have to eat. What if you're not in a position to have that passion be able to pay your bills? Probably not the right decision. In fact, sometimes I think following your passion, following that advice is the quickest way to the poorhouse. And I don't want to see anybody in the poorhouse. Okay, so that's sometimes good advice, but often it's terrible advice just to follow your passion blindly. The third myth is that only rich people get to live their dreams. People like Oprah or Richard Branson, that sure, they get to do anything they want. They get to follow their dreams and I don't. Not true, my friend. They were like you one day. They were not given what they have today. They actually came from very meager means and they worked for everything that they got. They created a vision. They set goals. They made plans. They executed on the plans and they made it happen. So you got to think about becoming the person you need to be living that life. So you can be there too. It's just a matter of going through that same process. And I want to walk you through that process. So that process begins with having a very clear dream. What is that dream? What is that thing that you really want to achieve, bring you to that summit? You then take that dream. You make goals out of it, shorter term goals you can actually make plans around. You create plans that are actionable. What are you going to do? When are you going to do it by? What resources do you need to get it done? And then do the work of executing on that plan. This is what Oprah did. This is what Sir Richard Branson did. This is what I did. This is what people do who have big dreams and want to make them come true. You notice that mindset is everywhere here because that feeds this entire process. You need certain mindsets to have a dream, and just break them down into goals, to create plans, to execute on your plans. So mindset is a major part of this process. So I am super excited about this upcoming live stream that I have. It's titled Forget Everything You Ever Taught About Goals, how people who reach big dreams really set goals. And so I want to walk you through this process of how people who have those really big dreams, what is the process for how they actually do it? I'm gonna paint this all out for you in this live stream. So if you want to be my next success story, go to that live stream. You'll absolutely love it. And if you want to make that live stream even more valuable, then I'm offering this tool that you can download ahead of time. It's called the Future Casting Pre-Work Guide. And in this live stream, I'm going to be walking you through an exercise I call future casting, where you envision your dream. And this tool, you can actually sit down, you can print this out, download it, print it out, walk through it with your example, fill it out, so when you come to that live stream, you can actually be looking at your example as I'm walking through that. And I think it's going to be super, super valuable for you. And I really hope you attend that live stream and you want to be my next success story because it could very well change your life.